These are two of the biggest quarterback stories to hit in the same day that I can ever remember. Huge QB news day that we're going to have throughout the show today.
I like that Aaron Rodgers gets pushed to the back burner here. I'm just so tired of it all. I think it was a lot of it charade. I think, I've said all along, I thought he was going to wind up there. I was wrong, very wrong on Russell Wilson, obviously. But I just think the Rodgers thing is a lot of drama that he just wants a lot of eyes on him and everything.
We got the commitment he wanted.
And his story goes to the second. He said the contract stuff, he's tweeted out just recently that the contract stuff is not true. So it may not, in fact, be done. Certainly we know that it's starting at $50 a year for 2 years.
Which is doubling what he made this year.
Yeah.
So, whatever the charade was that you're buying, it worked.
Paid off.
Yeah, but about the retirement or the leaving, I never thought he was going to retire, and I never thought he was going to leave. I thought the Packers were going to give him ultimately what he wanted.
The source for Aaron Rodgers' information is Pat McAfee, and he said that it was very close to retirement today.
Yeah,
when he broke the news.
I don't believe it.
That's coming straight from Rodgers and coming from the guy who is the source on Aaron Rodgers' information.
But I think Rodgers has lied a lot during this whole thing, and he likes the drama and stuff. The Wilson thing is amazing. Denver feels to me, is it the AFC version of the Rams now as an all-in move? They've had a pretty good roster, but in a tough division, you just can't keep up with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater, and a division that's getting better. Conceivably, certainly with Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I almost called them San Diego there, but I expect them to get better. I expect them to make moves this offseason to get better. Kansas City is still, in many ways, the flag bearer. Even though they didn't go to the Super Bowl, you expect them to be good and to retool. That's a very good division loaded with good quarterbacks. The word is, Hutton, that Russell Wilson, in giving his approval, chose Denver over Washington. Denver more glamorous for sure. He's adding to the value of a franchise that's on the market, but he could have gone to Washington and won more easily, I would think. And I'd love to see what the Commanders had on the table for a trade package and how it was comparable to this, because you have to imagine it was roughly the same for Seattle to kind of offer Russell Wilson a choice.
What this also tells me is the Denver Broncos were going to get Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers made up his mind, and then the trade went through with Seattle. There's no coincidence in the timing of that. And whatever the draft details are, the draft picks that they're sending to Seattle, which will be first-rounders, that allows them to rebuild. But also they get young players that Green Bay was also wanting as a part of compensation. They're getting Drew Lock, which is on the move, Noah Fant, who will have a contract coming up, but a young tight end there. And
who's a really good young tight end.
And Shelby Harris, who is a very strong and capable defensive lineman on top of multiple draft picks, according to the reports for Russell Wilson. And I think Russell Wilson made the right choice. He has a much better chance of winning and going deep in the playoffs with this team and the weapons around this team in Denver.
Better team
than
around
what he does
him,
in Washington.
Tougher competition. So I would have gone to Denver too. But I could see how you go to Washington and you can make a bad team better, faster, and play among inferior competition. So you could make a case that Washington, in the long run, is better, because the NFC is looking weaker and weaker as this stuff goes on.
Who do you like in Washington's roster other than McLaurin?
Defensively, you like Chase Young.
I like Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick.
Yeah, I think offensively he made the right choice with Denver. And look, I mean, the NFC East.
Denver, by the way, has really good cap situation, and they still, they end up where they can still make some big splash moves in free agency whenever that gets rolling in a week.
Well, the NFC East had 2 playoff teams. The NFC West had 2 playoff teams. The AFC West had 2 playoff teams, unless I'm getting that. Yes, because the Chargers did not make it.
Just missed.
So, I mean, some of that is because of competition or lack thereof within the division, but I mean, it's not really that. I mean, it's not that far off between all 3, I think, in terms of division that you're in. If he stayed in Seattle, that's not a very good spot either, based on competition with the Super Bowl champion right there in your division also. It's interesting when you look at how quickly Denver can transform, because the Rams were The Rams were a playoff team that were never going to get back to a Super Bowl as long as Jared Goff was a quarterback. They go all in, they get Stafford, they win the Super Bowl. Broncos were not close to the playoffs this year. And they make this move with good young receivers for Russell Wilson, a top 5 quarterback in the league. Are they just now a playoff team, or are they a Super Bowl capable team? I think it's a bigger jump, I guess is what I'm saying, from where the Rams were to Super Bowl to where the Broncos were to where they are now with Russell Wilson. They're a lot better. There's no doubt about that. But are they Super Bowl level better? I don't know.